Hi everyone, my name is Eugene White and I'm the president of the Aiken County branch of the NAACP. And we are so glad to have you join us here on this virtual Freedom Fund event this evening. Normally, we would have an in-person Freedom Fund banquet where we can laugh and talk and celebrate freedom together. But this has been a year like no other, and it's required us to evolve and change in so many different ways. Number one, we've had to change in how we're delivering this event. And number two, we've had to change how we've delivered our advocacy for Aiken County. And we feel like we've been successful in both events. Tonight, we're going to give you an overview of what we've been doing as a branch, a highlight of our dynamic youth council, and hopefully give you some entertainment as well. So thank you so much for joining us again. We hope this video is to your liking, and always remember, you have to vote because it's the most important weapon in our democracy. Because our weapons, at the end of the day, help us fight. Because when we fight, we win. And now we'll have an invocation by our Religious Affairs Chair, Reverend Wesley Guyton.
God, we thank you for the Aiken County branch of the NAACP. God, injustice surrounds us on every side, sometimes overwhelming our thoughts and hearts. Help us to stay the course as a national organization. Let us be reminded of what John Lewis phrased, good trouble. In my prayer that we honor God, not only in word, but in deed also. In Jesus' name, amen.
You
And now we'll have greetings. Greetings from our mayor, Rick Osborne, and our NAACP National President, Mr. Derek Johnson.
Hi, I'm Mayor Rick Osborne with the City of Aiken. On behalf of the City of Aiken and the Aiken City Council, we want to say a welcome to everyone who's participating and supporting the NAACP through this banquet tonight. I'm sorry that we're not able to be in person, but 2020 has certainly been a different year for all of us. But I believe it's a year that the NAACP and the role that it has taken, especially here in Aiken County, has been significant and made a difference and will continue to do so. Thank you for your support, and I hope everyone has a great evening. God bless.
Good evening. I'm Derek Johnson, President and CEO of the NAACP. I want to thank President White and this Executive Committee of the Aiken County branch of the NAACP for your innovative approach to ensure that the work of the association continue to move forward in this community. We are in the midst of a health pandemic of which we have not seen for over 100 years, in the backdrop of economic collapse, in the midst of racial strife that has been captured across the country, and the work of the NAACP is needed more now than ever before. I would also thank Ms. Gallman for all of the support you provide James Gallman, our national board member from this community, because Lord knows he needs your support. With all due seriousness, we are in the midst of an opportunity that in a few days we will begin to go to the polls and make history, not only in this community, not only in the state of South Carolina, but across the country. We are done dying and having the negative narrative around what we cannot do, because we are prepared to stand up and fight. And as your theme suggests, when we fight, we win.
Your support makes everything that we do at a branch possible. And now our first Vice President, Dr. Malencia Johnson, will come forward to tell you exactly what we've been doing as a branch and how your support has helped us to meet, achieve, and exceed all of our goals.
The Aiken County branch NAACP has been busy this year. Without your help at last year's Freedom Fund banquet, none of this would have been possible. Sometimes we get asked, so what are you doing? For the past 2 years, we really focused on 3 priorities for Aiken County: bettering educational opportunities, promoting public safety, and economic development. All of our events and donations for this year can fit into one or more of those 3 priorities. To date, we have donated over $2,000 to local organizations that support and embody the mission of the NAACP. This year, we were able to donate to the Department of Social Services Christmas Gift Collection, the Center for African American History, Art, and Culture, Hankinson's Boxing Gym, Success Team, the Aiken Community-Wide Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration, and True to Your Soul. Additionally, we were able to provide $500 scholarships to 5 college-bound seniors from the Youth Council. We are so proud of what they have accomplished and look forward to their continued success. Now let's review some highlights from the last quarter of 2019 to the present. In October, we were honored at the South Carolina State Conference Convention and named the L.A. Blackman Awardee, recognizing our branch as the top branch in South Carolina for the 3rd year in a row. We also received the Majeska Simpkins Advocacy Award for Publications and Membership Laydown Award for Success in Membership Recruitment. This came on the heels of receiving the Thalheimer Award for Best Branch in Our Size Group at the National Convention. We came back from an invigorating state conference to screen the movie Harriet with 100 of our members and allies. This film, detailing the determination of a woman to free her people, gets at the root of what the NAACP strives to do. We began November at the Police and Community Engagement PACE Summit. The purpose of the PACE Summit is to facilitate conciliatory conversations with law enforcement and community members that will help participants build mutual trust and legitimacy. We have participated in dialogues with public safety and community settings for several times over the last few years. At this most recent summit, President White was invited to facilitate a discussion on race relations. We were excited to sponsor our first presidential forum on race in December. The forum highlighted the main issues of our branch: education, public safety, and economic empowerment. This was our chance to see where the candidates for nomination to the Democratic and Republican parties stood on issues related to race and civil rights. Several candidates sent representatives from their campaign to speak on their behalf. This was a rewarding end to the year as many members of the community came to get a closer look at candidates' platforms before our early primaries. We start off every year with King Day at the Dome in Columbia, South Carolina. Initially started as a rally to remove the Confederate battle flag from the State House, the march and rally has continued to be a staging ground for those battling injustice. This year was different in that it is a presidential election year. We saw several Democratic candidates seeking the Democratic Party nomination for president. Several youth council members, members of the branch, and community members rode the bus up to Columbia from Aiken for this historic occasion. For many years now, we have been a sponsor of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. community-wide celebration sponsored by the University of South Carolina Aiken and Aiken Technical College. We had a great time at USC Aiken this year celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with hundreds of community members. Dr. Bobby Donaldson did an amazing job reminding us about the importance of knowing our history and recognizing the history makers in our midst. We were even able to celebrate, for the fourth year in a row, a youth council member taking home a prize from the essay contest. Typically, February, Black History Month, is a busy time for us. We participated in the Black History Parade with the Youth Council and the USC Aiken College chapter. We were excited to get out and about to increase the visibility of our members and work in the community. We also supported the Black History Month Gala and For Beau, a play inspired by the murder of Botham Jean at USC Aiken. The college chapter did a great job with the many events that they organized during Black History Month. We also started planning early for the completion of the U.S. Census in Aiken County. We hosted 2 presentations by the South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs during the year to ensure that our members had the information needed to share with their neighbors and friends about the census. If you haven't yet completed your census, please visit my2020census.gov to complete. Right before the onset of restrictions due to COVID-19, the Aiken Standard celebrated all of those who were named Sunday's Best over the past year. We were delighted to have 5 members of our executive committee chosen throughout the year: Malencia Johnson, James Gallman Sr., Elizabeth Morris, Richard Johnson, and Mac Henry Holland. We then moved into meeting virtually for the first time in our branch history. Many of you turned in for our conference calls and online meetings and events. One of our first events, post-restrictions, was with the CSRA League of Women Voters. We participated in a virtual conversation following an online screening of Suppressed: The Right to Vote. We started thinking during this time that we have to do something for the essential workers who could not work from home during the pandemic. We jumped on the opportunity to participate in the drive-through parade at Aiken Regional Medical Center, and we also donated boxed lunches to Pruitt Health Aiken and North Augusta employees. Moving from one pandemic to the next, in a span of a few short months, we saw the murders of unarmed Black men and women by police officers and those acting as law enforcers in their community. Our branch did not sit idle. We quickly started meeting with public officials and community members and drafted our statement condemning police murder and brutality. From there, we established 4 branch demands for our community. 1. Establish citizens review boards with subpoena powers for all law enforcement entities in Aiken County, including colleges and the university. 2. Review the use of force policies of the departments in Aiken County and recommend changes where appropriate. Ban knee and chokeholds if they are still part of the policy. 3. Call for a ban of no-knock warrants, the cause of death for Breonna Taylor. 4. ban the box, meaning the box that asks whether you've been convicted of a crime, for employment applications in Aiken County. We are glad to report that upon review of Aiken's current Citizens Review Board, we recognize this entity has sufficient power to influence administrative decisions. We are now in talks with other municipalities in Aiken County to help them form their Citizens Review entities. Changes have been made to the use of force policies in the Aiken Department of Public Safety. They have emphasized a duty to intervene when an officer sees another officer using excessive force and have prohibited chokeholds. The state of South Carolina has banned no-knock warrants, and the city of Aiken has banned the box on city applications. So we've been working for you, but we haven't done it alone. We were delighted to see that a group of young adults got together to form the Black Lives Matter movement in Aiken. This group, founded in part by former Aiken NAACP Youth Council members, has a mission to bring police reform and an end to racial injustice in the city of Aiken and Aiken County. We have similar goals, and we partnered with Black Lives Matter to come into talks with city leaders. We have also been working with community leaders in North Augusta, as well to bring similar issues to their city council and public safety department. Black Lives Matter events were a great time to ensure that we were doing our part to create a civically engaged community. We helped to update voter registrations and educate voters at each event. We know that voting in local elections is important, so we also partnered with the League of Women Voters to help educate the community on the importance of voting and to register potential voters at a pop-up voter registration event at the Aiken Standard. Those who attended had the pleasure of meeting Dallas Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence and grab a free mask and other giveaways. The Black Lives Matter Aiken movement did not lose steam through the summer. From weekly protests in downtown Aiken to community cleanups to family fun days, the movement is continuing to proclaim that Black Lives Matter in Aiken. The NAACP is continuing our chant that we are done dying. President Eugene White spoke at the March for Equality in July, beginning at Giles Park and ending in front of the Aiken County Courthouse. He reminded us that we must keep up the momentum in the fight for equality and justice. As we move into the beginning of the school year, we worked with Netgear to provide 100 mobile internet hotspots to North Aiken Elementary School and Schofield Middle School. These were schools that we felt would benefit the most from this donation. We are excited to continue our partnership with Netgear and hope to provide internet to more families in need. So I've said all that to make sure that you know that the Aiken County Branch NAACP is working in our community to ensure the political, educational, social, and economic equality for all citizens. We would not be able to continue this work without your support. Thank you for dedicating your time, your talent, and your treasure to the Aiken County Branch NAACP.
When we fight, we win.
Our youth council are the most valuable players in our branch. It is such a pleasure to be a president of a branch with such a dynamic youth council. And now our youth council advisor, Mrs. Elizabeth Morris, will come forward to tell you all the fantastic things that our youth council has been doing over the past year, and none of it would have been possible without your support. Thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Morris. I am the Youth Advisor for the Aiken County NAACP Youth Council. It is an absolute honor to work with such an amazing group of youth. They are energetic, smart, talented, courageous, and responsible young scholars. The primary focus of the NAACP is education, educational opportunities, along with economic opportunities, criminal justice, health, voting rights, and political representation. Students have always been at the forefront of most major social movements. As the leader of the Youth Council, It is my goal to expand the minds of our youth through education, leadership, the importance of civic engagement, and serving their community. Many thanks to the Aiken County branch of the NAACP, parents, volunteers, and community organizations for their unwavering support of our Youth Council here in Aiken. Throughout the 2019-2020 year, the Aiken County NAACP Youth Council has been very busy making a difference in our community. As a result of their efforts, the Youth Council was named Council of the Year in 2019. At the annual South Carolina State Conference Convention, the Aiken Youth Council received the Membership Award of the Year and Community and Social Media Award. Mrs. Bridget Stroman received our Adult Volunteer Year of the Award, and yours truly was named Youth Advisor of the Year. The Aiken Youth County Council proudly serves as young leaders in our community. These students range from elementary to high school with a range of talents and interests. The expectations of our members is to represent themselves, their families, schools, churches, and many other organizations in a stellar manner. They are leaders, and we expect their best effort at all times. Yes, they make mistakes, but they learn and grow, and we trust the process. Some of the activities our youth engaged in through the 2019-2020 year included, but not limited to, senior food distribution in partnership with ACTS, which is Area Churches Together Serving, in Aiken, Graniteville, and in Ridge Spring. Yearly, the Youth Council participates with the Bell Ring program through the Salvation Army to collect money for families in need. King Day at the Dome in Columbia, South Carolina, and the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Celebration are two other annual events that the Youth Council participates in each year. Other activities, such as voter registration drives in partnership with the Aiken County branch of the NAACP, and the Black History and Christmas parades are other community events the Youth Council are involved in. The youth also participated in a financial literacy workshop, helping them understand the importance of economic empowerment. The Youth Council participated with our local Black Lives Matter movement to participate in peaceful protests, addressing the racial issues and other disparities in America. Recently, the Youth Council has partnered with the Aiken Center to assist with developing a social media campaign to prevent the use and abuse of alcohol and drugs, while they also was volunteering on various projects within their prevention department. I am proud to announce that the Youth Council had 5 students to graduate from high school this year, and all of them are now in college. They received a scholarship from our local branch to assist them with their college expenses. I'd also like to take a moment to congratulate Kimberly Morris for being the winner of the first College Bound Scholar Award given by the National NAACP Youth Works Committee. Kimberly serves currently as our first Vice President of the Youth Council. Since COVID-19, our Youth Council started using the online platform Zoom to meet. They continue to use Remind, Facebook, and Instagram to communicate with each other and the community. Aiken County NAACP Youth Council plans to continue to recruit youth who wants to be involved in their community while gaining leadership skills, better understanding the importance of civic engagement, and making a positive impact. as they take advantage of every educational opportunity to expand their minds to truly make a difference in the world. For further information on becoming a part of this winning team, follow us on Instagram at NAACP Aiken @_YC and or Facebook at Aiken NAACP Youth Council.
When we fight, we win! And now, Mr. James Gallman, National Board Member and Membership Chair, will come forward to give a membership appeal, and he will be followed by Mr. Richard Johnson, our Political Actions Chair, with a voting appeal. Pay very close attention to what they have to say, because we need your membership to continue to do what we do, and we need your voting to continue our fight.
Good evening. I'm James Gallman Sr., the membership chairman of the Aiken County Branch NAACP. I'm here this evening asking for your support of the NAACP by joining our local branch, the Youth Council, or the college chapter as a dues-paying, card-carrying member. There are some perks by being a member, but the greatest advantage is the self-worth you will feel in supporting an organization dedicated to protecting the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all persons and to eliminate race-based discrimination. We encourage everyone to get a life, which means become a life member. However, regular membership at the adult level is only $30 per year. Our favorite saying is not everyone can be a member of the NAACP. You have to pass a test. The test has 2 questions, and you have to answer both of them with a yes. Question number 1 is, do you have $30? Question number 2, do you have it with you? If you can answer both of them by saying yes, you can be a member of the NAACP. This is a request for you to join us today. Please feel free to call us at 803-810-1909, or you may mail a check to us at Aiken County Branch NAACP, Post Office Box 1516, Aiken, South Carolina 29802. Membership is the lifeblood of the NAACP. May we count on you to help sustain the work of the Aiken County Branch. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 36th Annual Aiken County Branch NAACP Freedom Fund. I would like to speak to you for a few minutes about one of the most important events that will take place here in Aiken County and throughout the nation on November 3rd, 2020. And that is voting. There's one thing you must do before you can vote, and that is register. If you are 18 years old or older, you are eligible to register to vote. Or if you are 17 years old today, but will be 18 by November the 3rd, you are eligible to vote. How do you register? Good question. You go down to the voter registration office, which is located in the Aiken County Government Building, 1930 University Parkway, between 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and they will register you and also give you a picture ID, which you must take with you to the polls on election day. Now, if you are registered but have moved since you registered, you need to go down to the voter registration office and get a change of address. Or if you have changed your name since you registered, you need to go down to the voter registration office and have your name changed. You must be registered 30 days prior to the day of election. If you have a question about voter registration, please call this number, 803-642-2028. The NAACP is encouraging everyone to vote, and vote early. A countywide transportation system has been set up to provide free transportation for voters to the polls from Monday, October 5th through Friday, October 30th. For a free ride to the polls, please call one of these numbers, 803-593-4541, 803-292-1147, or 803-645-7868. Thank you very much, and we will see you at the polls. Thank you. Good evening.
2020 has been a year like no other, and we've lost so many civil rights heroes. And now we'd like to pause for a moment just to give a special tribute to those soldiers who we've lost in the struggle. Thank you so much for your sacrifice, soldiers.
Now, we the youth and the future of the struggle for justice and equality will pay tribute to a few fallen stalwart civil rights leaders who have left us a legacy to embrace and execute, and to one iconic actor who showed us we can be superheroes if we stay true to our purpose. C.T. Vivian, who was born in 1924 and died in 2020, began staging sit-ins against segregation in Peoria, Illinois, in the 1940s, before lunch counter protests by college students made national news. He waged nonviolent campaigns for integration throughout the South and North. He was an American minister, author, and close friend and lieutenant of Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights Movement. He founded the C.T. Vivian Institute Incorporation to create a model leadership culture in Atlanta, Georgia. This institute conceived, developed, and implemented the Yes We Care campaign that mobilized the Atlanta community to raise $500,000 to donate to Morris Brown College. He received the Presidential Medal of Honor in 2013 from President Barack Obama. C.T. Vivian once said, "Leadership is found in the action to defeat that which would defeat you. You are made by the struggles you choose." Charles Evers was born in 1922 and died in 2020, was a civil rights activist, businessman, disc jockey, and politician who is known for his role in the civil rights movement along with his younger brother, Medgar Evers. He was the first black mayor after Reconstruction in Fayette, Mississippi, from 1969 to 1981. In one mayoral campaign, he used the slogan, "Hands that pick cotton can now pick the mayor." As a leader and agent of change, he transformed the landscape of Mississippi politics. Chadwick Boseman was born in 1976 and died in 2020, was an actor from the award-winning Black Panther. He stated, "You would rather find purpose than a job or career. Purpose crosses discipline. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history." He attended Howard University, a historically black institution studying directing. Chadwick is known for his portrayal of famous African American men who made and changed history and culture in the United States, such as Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, and of course, our superhero in Black Panther and the Avengers series. He voiced his concerns to producers of soap operas about racist stereotypes in scripts.
John Robert Lewis, a son of sharecroppers and an apostle of nonviolence who was bloodied at Selma, Alabama, and across the Jim Crow South in the historic struggle for racial equality and who then carried a mantle of moral authority into Congress, died on Friday, July 17, 2020, at the age of 80. Mr. Lewis's life and legacy will never be forgotten. His courageous spirit lives on. In his honor, I quote, "Do not get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, a month, or a year. It is the struggle of a lifetime. Never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble." Mr. Elijah Cummings was a Maryland representative, a sharecropper's son who rose to become a civil rights champion and the chairman of one of the U.S. House committees leading an impeachment inquiry of President Donald Trump. He died Thursday, October 17, 2019, of complications from long-standing health problems. He was 68 years old. He served in the United States House of Representatives for Maryland's 7th Congressional District from 1996 until his death in 2019. Mr. Cummings advocated for the poor in his black majority district, which encompasses a large portion of Baltimore and more well-to-do suburbs. As chairman of the House Oversight and Reform Committee, Cummings led investigations of the president's government dealings, including probes in 2019 relating to Trump's family members serving in the White House. Representative Cummings worked until his last breath because he believed our democracy was the highest and best expression of our collective humanity.
And now comes the point in our program in which we recognize those individuals who have gone above and beyond the call of duty in our community to make lasting change. First, we'll present our President's Award to Ms. Rashika Bush, and then we'll follow that with a presentation of our Community Champion Awards. Our class of awardees has been like no other, and we thank them for everything that they've done in the community and the impact that they continue to make in Aiken County. It is my sincere pleasure to present the Aiken County branch of the NAACP President's Award to my good friend, and I'm going to put it in the atmosphere, Dr. Rashika Bush, for outstanding community leadership, presented September 25th, 2020. Rashika, you've been a very good friend and a sister to me over the years. We go back so very long. We started out doing high school mathematics together, and it truly has been a pleasure to watch you blossom and grow into the leader and young lady and woman of God that you've become. We're so happy and proud to call you friend and sister, and we're so excited by everything that you've done, everything that you're doing, and everything that you will do for Aiken County. We're so impressed by the work that you've done with Rotary, for Public Education Partners, and most importantly, at your employ at Helping Hands. You truly are making a difference and embody everything that we do at the branch. Thank you so much for everything that you do, and congratulations. We are so pleased to present this Aiken County branch of the NAACP Community Champion Award to Mr. Eugene Linwood for his dedication and outstanding service to the citizens of Aiken County. Mr. Linwood, Black Panther may have gone on to the next world, but I am truly happy that we have a superhero that is alive and well here in Aiken County. Sir, your courage that you displayed as you selflessly rushed into the fiery buildings and apartments to save your family and your neighbors truly exemplifies the spirit that we try to hold here at the Aiken County branch of the NAACP. You put yourself before others, and at the end, we have families who are better as a result of your actions. One person making a difference has affected the lives in so many different ways. And so, sir and brother, we appreciate you, everything you've done, everything that you're doing, and everything that you will do. Thank you so much for your courage and your bravery, and we so look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you, hero.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Wakanda forever. It is a somewhat gloomy day here on the beautiful campus of USC Aiken. but we have sunshine in our heart as we present this next award. I'll read it. It says the Aiken County branch of the NAACP Community Champion Award is presented in the memory of Joshua Bush for his dedication and outstanding service to the citizens of Aiken County. Now, I don't quite understand what the good master always has in his perfect plan for us. When I initially heard about Mr. Bush's passing, I felt like he was a soul that was gone too soon, a sweet soul. However, although he's no longer with us, he's left us a beautiful legacy of service, love, and family. He continued to work on the front lines, although we were in the middle of a global pandemic. He continued to show up for his family at home, and he was also a scholar as well, letting his reach exceed his grasp as he tried to grab on to that next line of education. And so it's our pleasure to present this award to you today, Mr. Bush. In his honor, I'm sure that he is in his next life smiling upon us as he leaves his legacy with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Do you have a few words for us?
Yes, sir. I would just like to thank the Aiken chapter of the NAACP for this award in my husband's honor. I know that he's smiling down on us, and I know that he would have really appreciated this honor and this award.
Thank you. Wardrobe change. You like it? Sometimes when you're going to a new place, you have to change the clothes so that you're prepared to do the new job when you get to your new destination. Hence my changing clothes today, because we're leaving the studio and we're headed out to the street for our next award presentation. The death of George Floyd sparked a wave of activism that swept across the country. People of all different classes, cultures, and colors came together to move the question forward for civil rights and to determine whether or not Black lives really mattered here in the United States. Now, it's never easy to leave your seat and become a part of the struggle. And as branch president, I also can testify that it's never easy to step forward as a leader. You're managing a different set of personalities and expectations, and sometimes you feel like you've bitten off more than you can chew. But we're always glad when someone steps forward to join us in the fight. And we're especially glad when that person is a young person. After the death of George Floyd, Mrs. Kinsey Duty decided it was her time to leave her seat and step forward to promote the course of Black Lives Mattering here in Aiken County. She's assembled a team, continued to protest peacefully, to form a new community to advocate for the cause. And right now, we're going to head out to the Black Lives Matters protest and demonstration to present her with her award. Let's hear what Kinsey had to say upon receiving her award.
I don't really know what to say. It's not something this is not something I've ever planned on. I kind of just woke up overnight and was like, okay, it's time to be an activist. So here I am. But honestly, what keeps me going is all of you guys. Seeing that new face, every single event, every single march, every single demonstration is what keeps me going. Because to tell you the truth, little secret, I'm actually a really big procrastinator, if you haven't noticed. But your guys' support, just when you take your time to send me a message that you didn't even have to send, or a thank you that you didn't even have to say, because we are all in this together, it means so much to me. And especially not being from here, I've now grown to have a family here, which means even more to me. And the support not only from the community, but from other groups that are doing amazing things out here, and all of us working together for that one common goal is just absolutely phenomenal, and such a proud feeling to be a part of and to be on the right side of history. So honestly, thank you to every single one of you that are here, every single one of you that are not here that support us. It has been amazing taking this road with you, and we're not done yet. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win.
There we go.
It is my pleasure to present this Aiken County branch of the NAACP Community Champion Award to Councilwoman Gail Diggs for her dedication and outstanding service to the citizens of Aiken County. Councilwoman Diggs, you have been an angel to this community. We appreciate your deep leadership, concern, and genuine love for us and for our community. We thank you so much for everything that you do and for everything that you're doing. You've led us, you've advocated for our health, and we're so excited about the things that you're going to do in the future. Thank you so much, Councilwoman Diggs. You're a champion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a few words for us?
I am truly honored to accept this award
I've lived in this community all of my life. It's a place where I love, I raised a family, and a place where I work. Working with community service organizations for 40 years gave me an opportunity to be a help and a resource to people who needed it most. When I think about my service, I remember that politics was never on the agenda. But when the opportunity came, after much prayer, family, and community support, I embraced the idea. And I'm glad I did, because that gave me the power and opportunity to do even more. And even though there are times when I'm on council and a difficult decision is before me, after much prayer, I reflect on Martin Luther King's quote, one of my favorite, that says, "There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it's right." So I just am humbled at this award, and I appreciate the NAACP and all of its support and encouragement that you give me and everyone else in this community on a regular basis. God bless you all.
Thank you, ma'am. You're the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure to be with you through this virtual medium. Thank you to our chairs for coordinating and organizing this event, and we look forward to seeing you and working with you in the future. Banquet co-chairs, you have the floor.
Hello, my name's Anthony Daniels.
And I am Dorothy Scott. Anthony and I are your Freedom Fund Banquet Fundraiser co-chairs. We're delighted to have served as co-chairs for this evening's event. We trust that you have enjoyed this video with us this evening, and on behalf of our president and the Aiken County branch of the NAACP, we thank you for your support. Thank you to our sponsors, donors, and supporters for your belief in the work of the NAACP. We could never accomplish our missions without you. With the help of your generous donations, we are able to assist in funding education for our youth and our college division, as well as continue to fight the good fight. Because when we fight, we win. In the words of Chadwick Boseman, do not leave this earth with your God-given talents. Use all of them while you are here.
Your support, participation, and hunger for equality are greatly appreciated. We must continue to do what we can, when we can, while we can, in order to eliminate acts of injustice and acts of dehumanization. The many individuals actively involved with these efforts within the local NAACP chapter, both adults and youth, are thankful for your support. We will continue to be an active, recognizable, and respected organization within our local, state, and national communities.
And again, thank you for your support.